because, you know, we never played as him, so I doubt Julius Belmont's ever going to be on one of these tier lists. I also don't think that, what the hell is there's another Belmont. This is another character, another Belmont here, Richter Belmont. Here he is. Look at this, alternate protagonist, the canceled Sega Dreamcast Castlevania Resurrection. He was going to be in Castlevania Resurrection, the Dreamcast one that's canceled. Victor, from what I understand, he's like the only Belmont. He was going to be the only Belmont in the history of them who like rejects his destiny, his duty to be like the Belmont who fights Dracula. He's like, fuck it, I don't want to do it. As well as I believe the reason why Sonia like sort of like takes up the whip, from what I understand. But all this is, I don't know how much of this is known and how much is speculation. But there he is. This was him. See. Anyway, yeah, so this is Richter Belmont. He's not going to be on there, and I guess Soleil is not going to also be on there for obvious reasons, you know? Just go ahead and do this one. We'll do this. I'm fine with this, guys. And look at that. Somebody knows how to make a standard tier list thing. S, A, B, C, D. Going to be based this purely off of subjective, what's the word I'm looking for? Shallow reasons, probably. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? This right here is the weird version of Simon Belmont, I think, from Mirrors. We're not going to do that one. Simon. I'm not sure where this came about or what, like, what evidence there is of this or whatever. I'm not sure. But Simon apparently kind of arrogant. He's kind of like, he's kind of cocky or whatever and all this. And, but I find that kind of interesting, you know? So I've heard from different, like, sources that apparently he was like, I don't know where this is, a speculation or what. Maybe it's in some of the games. It's like the ones like Mirrors of Fate or something like that. But apparently he's very much likes proving himself and how strong he is just because he can. You know what I'm saying? I think Simon, for me, I mean, he's in most of the games, honestly. He's the most famous Belmont, right? I would say he's the most famous one. He's the original. He's in all, like, so many of the remakes. He's the one that like everybody knows the most, I think. I don't like all of his games. In fact, I would say I don't like most of the games that he's in. I love the first one. You know, I love the first Castlevania. He's also a fucking ginger. He loses points for that. No, I'm kidding. But let's see. You know, it's just Brad. Brad, you know, he's my ginger friend. He puts a bad taste in my mouth. Simon's like fucking, you know, A. He's A. I mean, Simon's dope, right? He's like one of the coolest. He's like one of the he's the OG. He's the famous one. Yeah, he's got to be up there, right? Okay, now we got, get this. What the fuck is this doing here? Man, get that shit the fuck out of here. Trevor, of course. You guys know me. I love Trevor. I think he's my favorite. S tier. He is my absolute favorite. Look at his heels in this photograph. This photograph. Look at that shit, bro. Look at these heels he's rocking, dude. Okay, reasons I like Trevor, right? So I was super happy when the show, like when I was like found out that the show was gonna take place with Trevor, because like you don't get a ton of like ways to get to know Trevor or whatever, but bro, I loved Castlevania 3, you know, a lot. And then when I played Curse of Darkness, which is a direct sequel, you get to see a lot of cutscenes involving Trevor, and I just really like his character. He's kind of like, I like how tough he is, but he's also like, he's straightforward and stuff, and he's very like, yeah, he's very straightforward. He says what he means, and he's like, he's really cool. I really like that about him. And like, I don't know, you just get to see him at his best in Curse of Darkness. He's kind of like, he's like no nonsense, and I really like that. He's just like, he just gets his shit, like gets the job done, you know, and I don't know, he's reliable. I think that's why I like him. But also I think he's really cool because he's the first Belmont. He's the first Belmont to fight and kill Dracula. Let's go with Leon next. Okay, goddamn, Leon. Leon is the OG Belmont, right? He's the first one in this whole timeline of when the story starts, right? I think he fought in the Crusades. He's a badass, right? Leon's really cool. I can tell you one thing from a video, like a game, like standpoint, just from the game not aging well. His artwork is fucking beautiful. It's amazing, bro. Like I love the artwork and style for Leon Belmont. Like, look at this. This is in the game. Look at that. Like, isn't that fucking dope? Like, that's great. That's awesome. This pops up in the Castlevania show. For any of you who's watched it, It's not like a big deal, but if you watched it, I was kind of curious to know how many of you guys noticed that this is actually a painting that shows up in the show at one point. And if you did notice it, if you were wondering why the fuck it's there, that's why it's there, because Leon's story is the very first one. It explains the whip. It explains why the Belmonts are specifically the ones that have a feud with Dracula and why they hate each other and why it's always it explains all of that, and it's really cool. And this is unfortunately what he looks like in the game, and he doesn't look great. I mean, look at this. He doesn't look that great in game. The artwork's fantastic, but this just hasn't really aged quite well. You know what I'm saying? Not the best. For that, we're gonna go. We're gonna go B. Well, yeah, we'll go B. Okay, next is Juste Belmont, which is one thing I wanted to clarify for my tier list. I said Juste, and then I said some people say Juste. The one thing I forgot to mention is that you're wrong if you say Juste. Unless it has an accent mark, which it doesn't. It's French. People still call him like Juste. There's no fucking accent mark though. Like, I don't know. It's so funny. Not important. Not important. Juste is, I think he's cool. His game kind of isn't great. I think he's a cool character. He's the grandson. I made this mistake last time. I think he's the grandson of Simon Belmont. Yeah, I think he's the grandson of Simon Belmont. I think he's just kind of C. That's, you know what? I don't even think I need a damn D tier, you know? But he's cool. He's a cool character. I think he's fine, but he's just forgettable, you know, kind of forgettable. Christopher Belmont. Very cool. I'd say B. In the comic book, he's really cool in the comic book. The reason why this is from the comic book, and you actually get to learn more about him and stuff and get to spend more time with his character. So, you know, not all of this I'm basing just purely off of the Game Boy. He just has an interesting history with Dracula. He's gone through like 5 or 6 different castles and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Let's see here. Now we got, let's do Sonia real quick. Sonia Belmont. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put in B, just because I think Sonia Belmont is really goddamn, like, really cool, you know? I think she's really cool. It's just unfortunate that both of her games turned out the way they did. You know, the first one, or the first one she's in on Game Boy isn't that great of a game. Not that great at all. It's also not canon. And then the only other game that she was a part of was the Dreamcast one. They got canceled. So unfortunately, we've never gotten to, I think, see Sonia at her best, and that's unfortunate because I would love to have a woman as a Belmont in a game that like you know, like a really good one. I'd like to see that. I would love to see that one that's canon. I think that'd be cool. She herself, if we're just talking about the games or whatever, she herself is really cool. You know, she's just really neat. Should we do Richter first? I guess we'll do Richter. Yeah, he sucks. Julius Belmont, however, is dope as shit. Julius Belmont is the... No, I'm just kidding, guys. All right, I'm not going to fucking do that. Richter's okay, but god damn it. He's so anime, though. He's so fucking anime, it hurts. All right, and this is coming from a guy who reads fucking manga and shit. He's so anime, it hurts. Look at this fucking guy, dude. Look at him. Okay, let me tell you this. Like, okay, Soleil Belmont was possessed. Dracula had to possess him while he was in the fucking womb. He was able to like withstand and like fight him off as like a teenager. Richter's dumb shit ass. He can't even keep from getting possessed by just a fucking magician. A dark priest whose name is Shaft, as you all know, possessed fucking Richter as a grown-ass man. What the fuck? Like, you tell me that that damn baby fought off Dracula possessing him, but he can't fucking fight off Shaft? Nah. Everybody thinks Richter's dope and shit. Everybody loves Richter. He's a fan favorite, but no, he's fucking weak, bro. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think Richter is as cool as everyone thinks. Here's what I think. And here's what I know. Rondo Blood is a fantastic game. It is one of the best ones. It's hard to deny it. It's a different type of Castlevania game. It's still really good. Here's the thing about Rondo Blood, though. Let me fucking stray from this. Rondo Blood changed up Castlevania, really changed it up quite a bit with things like how sub-weapons function and whip functions. It kind of reversed the roles of sub-weapon and whip and changed it up quite a bit and all that, and yet still managed to not fuck it up like Castlevania 4. It's a very interesting game because it shows that you can change Castlevania up significantly and it still be really good, right? Rondo's dope. I love it. Its crowd is very fiercely, like, passionate about it. And I think that's one of the main reasons why Richter is so beloved, is because he's Another reason is probably because he's in Symphony of the Night, you know. Shout outs to Joshua Turbo. All the TurboGrafx 16 nerds think like, you know, they think it's the fucking greatest thing. Don't tell them that it's not. They kind of get rose-tinted glasses when looking at this shit. But Richter straight up, honestly, he's a C tier. I'm putting him in C. Fuck all of you, okay? Richter is not that cool. He's okay. God, I like Richter. See, here's the thing. Let me preface this. I love all these characters, right? I love Richter. I literally do. But come on, guys. He's kind of fucking weak when you really think about it. He's kind of fucks up, you know? He's kind of not that cool. Fuck all these. I don't know what these guys are. But anyway, Julius Belmont. Okay, let's talk about Julius Belmont real quick. Julius Belmont is a fucking... I want to put Julius in S tier, dude. Bro, I straight up want to put Julius in S tier. Julius Belmont? A little bit of lore here, guys. Julius Belmont was the last Belmont in the timeline to fight Dracula and the one to finally, like, vanquish the fucker, right? The one to actually do it. Dracula and his fucking demons and shit, plus against, like, humans, and he was leading it, and he fucked him up, bro. Problem is, that story exists, and this is what I wanted to get back to with Konami. That story exists in the lore. They talk about it a lot. It's a big plot point, and there's never been a game made about it. Like, it's never existed. Like, the story's there. It's literally in the timeline. That is like the one story that already exists that they do have left that they could make a game about, and it would fit in the timeline. It's the one left that they could do that with. So you know what? Julius is going fucking A tier, you know? I'm going to keep the S's kind of sacred in this tier list, unlike the last one where everybody was S, you know? Or all the games, like half the games I put in S tier because they're all great, you know? Yeah, this is, I think this is fair. This is my official, you know, list. So, this is just based off of how cool I think the Belmonts are in general. And kind of what they do in the story or whatever, you know, and all that. It's not really like... This has nothing to do with their games, so to speak. It's just them. Okay? Like, literally, this motherfucker, we never play it with... We've never gotten to play, except outside of, like, when you unlock them and get to play the castle over, you know, after you beat it. But as far as, like, a full-blown story, yeah, we never got to play as this fucker. So, that's what I have to say about that shit. Hey, save this bad boy.